about overpumping an aquifer. So let's look at the setup real quick and you can see what's going on. This represents rain, if you will, right? Precipitation of some kind. So it is currently raining into the aquifer, representing what's here. We have limestone, etc., showing it. So it's recharging it, right? It rains, the rain sinks down through the ground, being filtered out, and eventually makes it into the aquifer, filling my aquifer up. Currently being recharged. Well, we come along, find an aquifer, and we drill a well. And in that well, we begin to pump water out of the aquifer. Now in this case, the amount of rain, right, precipitation coming into my aquifer is virtually the same as the amount of water being pumped out, whether it's a farm, a house, a city, what have you. Well, typically what happens, population grows, we add in more farms, more people, what have you, so we drill another well, right? We drill another well and we begin pumping out more water. That's sitting there so it continues in. Well, now at this point I obviously have twice as much water being pumped out as is recharging the aquifer. Now before, theoretically, it could have gone on indefinitely. As long as the water flows in, water flows out the same, no big deal. No harm, no foul, right? Well, at this point, I'm pumping out of my aquifer twice as fast as it's recharging. So obviously, in time, my aquifer will begin to deplete. It's still going to take a really long time because there's a lot of water in here to begin with. So even though I'm over pumping my aquifer, it's going to take a really long time before we really see a noticeable decline. The problem is, like in the Agalala, we're pumping it 10 to 40 times as much as the recharge going in. So if we add in a bigger well, right? Well, representing now like what a city would do, etc. Well, now I am pumping out of here not at the same rate, not at twice as much, but maybe more like 10 times as much. Now the aquifer is noticeably draining much faster than it's being recharged. It's still raining, right? It's still recharging my aquifer, but we are pumping out at such a fast rate that the aquifer can't keep up. And if we keep doing this, eventually our aquifer becomes depleted. Now, once the aquifer becomes depleted, we can't take any more water from it, right? There's no water in there to pull from. The answer is actually pretty easy what to do, right? Well, we're already running out of water, so what I have to do is I have to stop pumping. If I stop pumping, then eventually the aquifer will refill, but it's going to take a long time. It may take decades before my aquifer fills back up. In my example, we drained out of here in just a couple of minutes what would probably take the better part of an hour to refill up. This is the danger of overpumping. Our aquifers are not an endless source of water. They are and can be depleted if we're not careful. Well, hope that helps explain a little bit what we mean by over-pumping of our aquifers and provides you a visual of what can happen. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you next round.